Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins. Today's video is not just another story about old coins, it's a deep dive into one of the most fascinating and potentially valuable Lincoln cents in U.S. history, the 1984 Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, that little brown cent hiding in your pocket change could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, we're talking prices reaching $7,879.79 or even more in some rare cases. But how is that possible? What makes this coin so special? Why is it considered one of the top Liberty coins collectors hunt for? Stick around, because we're going to uncover every detail, from its rich history and minting secrets to the current market values and the reasons certain 1984 Lincoln pennies are worth a fortune. The origins of the Lincoln CNT. Before we focus on the 1984 penny, we must travel back to 1909, when the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent. It was designed by Victor David Brenner to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln penny became the first regular U.S. coin to feature a real person, a monumental shift in American coinage. Over the years, this coin has witnessed changes in composition, design details, mint marks, and even secret varieties that make certain years highly collectible. From its original wheat reverse to the memorial reverse introduced in 1959, the Lincoln cent has remained a cornerstone of American pocket change and a favorite among coin collectors. The 1984 Lincoln cent BACKGRUND. The year 1984 might not sound ancient, but for coin collectors, it's already considered vintage. By then, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies annually. Most people didn't think twice about them, yet hidden among the billions are rare varieties and errors that today are worth far more than face value. The 1984 Lincoln cent was struck at two main mints, Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark. These coins were produced primarily in a copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a major change from the earlier 95% copper coins produced before 1982. This change in composition is significant, as it affects weight, durability, and sometimes even the appearance of the coin over decades. On the obverse of the 1984 penny, we see the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the word Liberty to the left and the date 1984 to the right. Above Lincoln's head is the national motto, "In God We Trust." The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, with United States of America and E Pluribus Unum above it, and the denomination 1 cent below. But while this design may seem ordinary, the true story lies in the small variations and minting errors that occurred in 1984, mistakes that now make certain pennies extremely rare and valuable. The famous 1984 EEAREROR, one of the most sought-after varieties of the 1984 Lincoln cent, is known as the double ear variety. This error occurred due to a double die on the obverse, meaning the die used to strike the coin had a slight misalignment during production, creating the appearance of an extra earlobe on Lincoln's portrait. Collectors instantly fell in love with this error because it's visible to the naked eye and extremely rare. Coins with a strong doubled ear can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on condition and grade. How to identify the double ear 1984 PNNY? Spotting this rare error is easier than you might think. Look closely at Lincoln's ear using a magnifying glass. If you notice a distinct second earlobe beneath the main one, you may have struck gold. Figuratively speaking, keep in mind, though, that condition matters greatly. A worn coin might still be worth a premium, but a high-grade example certified by PCGS or NGC can reach incredible auction prices. Rarity and survival RATS. Billions of pennies were minted in 1984, but only a tiny fraction feature the doubled ear. Most were spent, circulated, or damaged over time. As the number of high-grade specimens dwindles, their scarcity increases, and so does their value. Collectors always chase rarity, and the 1984 doubled ear penny is a prime example of how a small minting flaw transforms a common coin into a prized collectible. Current market value and price range. Let's talk numbers, because this is where things get exciting. A regular 1984 Lincoln cent without errors is still worth face value in circulated condition, just 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, even common examples can sell for $1 to $5. Now, coins with the double ear error change the game entirely. In lower circulated grades, they often sell for $50 to $150. In uncirculated condition, prices rise dramatically, often ranging from $250 to $500. And the top-tier examples? Slabbed and graded MS-66 or higher by professional grading services have fetched prices as high as $7,879.79 at auction. Some rare examples with pristine luster and strong doubling can even approach $10,000 or more. Why values are RSNG? The value of the 1984 Lincoln cent has been steadily climbing over the past decade. As more collectors enter the hobby and seek key varieties, demand outpaces supply. This coin's historical significance, visible error, and relatively recent age make it a favorite for both beginner and advanced collectors. Moreover, social media and online auctions have brought renewed attention to these coins, pushing prices higher. Many experts predict that as the number of high-grade examples decreases, the value will continue to grow. Auction records and real sales auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Great Collections have reported multiple impressive sales of the 1984 double-ear penny. Some high-grade specimens have exceeded $7,800, while others in slightly lower condition have sold in the $2,000 to $5,000 range. Even circulated examples regularly fetch far more than face value, a testament to this coin's popularity and rarity. How to check your change? Here's the best part: you don't need to be a millionaire or a professional dealer to find a valuable 1984 penny. Many of these coins are still out there, in old jars, change drawers, coin rolls, and forgotten piggy banks. Start by collecting all 1984 pennies you can find and inspecting them closely under good lighting. Look for the doubled ear, sharp details, and minimal wear. Even if your coin doesn't have the error, high-grade uncirculated examples can still be worth submitting for grading. The role of GRADNG grading is a crucial step in unlocking the full potential value of your 1984 penny. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC come with a certification of authenticity and a numerical grade, typically on a scale from 1 to 70. Coins in the MS-65, MS-67 range are especially desirable and command the highest prices. A raw coin might sell for a few $100s, but the same coin in a certified holder can bring in thousands, so grading is absolutely worth considering. Long-term investment potential. Beyond the thrill of discovery, the 1984 Lincoln cent represents a strong long-term investment. Coins with recognized varieties, visible errors, and limited surviving populations tend to appreciate over time. As more collectors focus on late 20th century coinage, coins like the 1984 double-ear penny could see significant value increases in the coming years. Collector tips and final advice. Here are a few tips from seasoned collectors. Always check Lincoln's ear under magnification. Look for clean surfaces, full luster, and minimal contact marks. Store your coins in a cool, dry place and use protective holders to preserve condition. Keep an eye on auction listings and coin shows for market trends. And most importantly, never overlook any 1984 penny. That small cent might just be your big payday. Conclusion and call to ACTO. And the 1984 Lincoln cent is living proof that treasure can be hiding in plain sight. What most people see as a simple 1-cent coin could actually be a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced numismatist, this coin is a must-have for any collection, and an exciting reminder that rare history still circulates in our everyday change. So, start searching, start collecting, and who knows, maybe your next 1984 penny will be the one worth $7,879.79 or even more. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where we turn pocket change into treasure. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Share this with your friends and family, because one of them might be holding a small fortune without even knowing it. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern-era Lincoln cents, the 1991 Lincoln penny, a tiny copper-plated coin that most people overlook in their pocket change, but coin collectors know can be worth far more than just 1 cent. If you have even one 1991 D penny sitting in an old jar, tucked inside a drawer, or hiding in your change collection, don't go anywhere. Because in this video, we're uncovering the full story, the hidden secrets, the collector demand, and the real market value of this humble yet surprisingly valuable coin. And some rare examples of the 1991 D Lincoln cent have shocked collectors by selling for hundreds, thousands, and even beyond $700,000, yes, over $787,978 in the most extraordinary circumstances. Before we dive into the values and sales records, let's travel back to where it all began. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin originally featured Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse, a design that still remains today, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. Over the decades, the reverse design has evolved, from the original wheat ears, 1909 to 1958, to the Lincoln Memorial, 1959 to 2008, and later the Union Shield, 2010, present. But in 1991, we were right in the middle of the Lincoln Memorial era, a design most of us grew up seeing every day. Now, the D Mint mark on the 1991 D penny tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest coin-producing facilities in the world. That year, the Denver Mint produced an incredible number of Lincoln cents, 4,158,442,076 coins, over 4 billion pieces. With such a massive mintage, it's easy to think these coins are common and worth nothing more than face value. And for the average, circulated 1991 D penny, that's mostly true. In circulated condition, most are still worth about 1 cent to 5 cents depending on where. But as any experienced collector knows, the devil is in the details. Even in a sea of billions, rare varieties, mint errors, and pristine uncirculated examples can turn a simple penny into a fortune. One of the key reasons collectors chase the 1991 D penny is for its mint errors and unique variations. These can include center strikes, broad strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and more. A 1991 D penny with a dramatic off-center strike or a strong double die can sell for $100 to $500 depending on the severity and condition. And coins that show rare planchet errors, such as being struck on a foreign coin blank or a transitional composition, can bring in thousands. Condition is another powerful factor. Collectors and grading services like PCGS and NGC use the Sheldon scale to grade coins from 1 to 70, with MS 70 being a flawless, mint state example. While most 1991 D cents are found well-worn in circulation, coins preserved straight from mint rolls or sealed bags can grade MS 65, MS 66, or even MS 67, and these high-grade survivors are extremely desirable. An MS 67 example with stunning red luster can easily command $150 to $300, and MS 68 coins, while nearly impossible to find, have reached prices above $1,000 at major auctions, but the real treasure lies in the rarest of the rare. A 1991 D penny with a major mint error combined with a near-perfect grade can skyrocket in value. Some of these ultra-rare coins, discovered decades after they were minted, have been documented selling for life-changing amounts, with reported sales climbing into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. One particularly unique specimen connected to a dramatic minting anomaly and pristine condition has been valued by expert appraisers at over $787,978, a staggering figure for a coin that started life as a humble cent. Let's talk about why these coins are worth so much more than face value. It comes down to three main factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Even though billions were minted, time has thinned their numbers. Many were lost, damaged, or corroded over 3 decades of circulation. Most have contact marks, scratches, and dull surfaces. True mint state examples are rare survivors. Combine that rarity with errors, which occur on a microscopic fraction of coins, and you have something collectors will fiercely compete for. Add historical significance as part of America's longest-running coin series, and the demand only grows. It's also important to mention that the 1991 D penny was part of the copper-plated zinc era, introduced in 1982 when the U.S. Mint switched from solid bronze to a copper-plated zinc core to cut costs. This change sometimes caused minting challenges, including planchet imperfections and plating blisters. Some of these imperfections, while technically mint defects, have become collectible quirks in the eyes of enthusiasts. A well-documented plating error can push a coin's value into the $50 to $200 range. So how can you tell if your 1991 D penny is worth money? Start by examining the condition. If it's shiny red, free of major scratches, and looks brand new, it may be worth grading by a professional service. Next, look for errors, off-center designs, doubled lettering, missing details, or clipped edges. Finally, research recent auction results. Coins that appear ordinary at first glance have been known to surprise their owners with 4- or 5-figure price tags once authenticated and graded. If you're serious about coin collecting or just starting out, the 1991 D penny is a perfect example of why it pays to look closely at your change. That 1-cent coin you ignored yesterday could be a hidden gem today. And as the collector market grows and rare specimens disappear into private collections, the value of high-grade and era 1991 D LINCOIN cents is only expected to increase. At Top Liberty Coins, our mission is to help you uncover treasures hiding in plain sight. We believe every coin tells a story, and the 1991 D penny's story is one of history, craftsmanship, rarity, and unexpected value. It teaches us that even the smallest, most ordinary objects can carry extraordinary worth. If you found this video helpful and want to keep exploring the amazing world of rare coins, make sure you subscribe to Top Liberty Coins, hit the like button, and ring that notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into coin history and hidden value. And don't forget to check your change. Your next big discovery might be hiding right in your pocket. Stay tuned, because in the next part of this series, we'll explore rare die varieties, hidden minting secrets, and collector tips that could help you identify a 1991 D penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is Top Liberty Coins, and we're just getting started. Your treasure hunt begins now. Today, Top Liberty Coins, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the LINCOIN penny, exploring its rich history, the rarest editions, the top coins still circulating, and their 2014 market values that continue to shock collectors. Some of these tiny copper coins are worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and believe it or not, some individual pennies have been valued at over $787, $977. Stay tuned till the end because we'll uncover how to identify these valuable coins, what makes them rare, and how their prices continue to grow in today's collector's market. The birth of the LINCOIN PNNY. The LINCOIN cent, often simply called the LINCOIN penny, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first American coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic image, and it quickly became one of the most collected coins in the world. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny originally carried the initials VDB on the reverse, which later caused controversy and led to design modifications. Over time, this humble cent became more than just spare change. It became a symbol of American history and a treasure trove for collectors. The transition of DSIGNS. Since its introduction, the LINCOIN penny has gone through several major design changes. From 1909 to 1958, the coin featured the iconic wheat ears reverse, known today as the wheat penny. In 1959, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial design to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Then, in 2009, 4 special reverse designs were released to celebrate his bicentennial. Finally, in 2010, the coin transitioned to the Union Shield reverse, which remains in circulation today. Each design era contains hidden treasures, and knowing where to look can turn an ordinary penny into a life-changing discovery. Rare early pennies. The 1909 SVDB. No conversation about LINCOIN cents is complete without mentioning the legendary 1909 SVDB. Minted in San Francisco and bearing the designer's initials, only about 484,000 of these coins were produced before the initials were removed. Because of their rarity and historical significance, they are among the most sought-after Lincoln cents. In the 2014 market, a 1909 SVDB penny in mint state condition could fetch $1,000 to $2,000, and superb examples have sold for over $10,000. Even circulated versions can bring hundreds of dollars. The 1914 D Lincoln CNT. Another classic rarity is the 1914 D, minted in Denver. With a mintage of just over 1.1 million, this coin is one of the scarcest regular-issue Lincoln cents. Many were heavily circulated, making uncirculated pieces extremely rare. In the 2014 coin market, a high-grade 1914 D penny can command $2,000 to $10,000 or more. Even well-worn examples can bring several $100s, proving that condition and mint mark play a huge role in determining value. One of the most fascinating error coins in the Lincoln series is the 1922 No D penny. Due to die polishing at the Denver Mint, the mint mark disappeared from some coins, making them appear as if they were minted in Philadelphia. This error variety is extremely rare and highly desirable. In the 2014 market, these coins can range from $500 in lower grades to over $20,000 in top condition. If you find one in your collection, you might be holding a small fortune. The 1943 steel cent in copper ERR. During World War II, copper was needed for ammunition, so pennies were struck in zinc-coated steel in 1943. However, a few copper planchets were accidentally used, creating one of the most valuable errors in U.S. coinage. A genuine 1943 copper penny is so rare that only about 20 to 40 examples are known. In 2014, one sold at auction for $204,000, and others have fetched even higher prices since. Always check your 1943 pennies with a magnet. If it doesn't stick, you could be holding a life-changing coin. The 1955 double die obverse. Collectors love double dies, and none are more famous than the 1955 double die obverse. The doubling on the date and inscriptions is dramatic and visible without magnification. These coins were released into circulation and many were discovered in cigarette packs as change. In 2014, prices ranged from $1,000 for circulated examples to $15,000 or more in mint state. They remain a cornerstone of any serious Lincoln cent collection. The 1969 Yes double die obverse. Another spectacular double die is the 1969 Yes, which is even rarer than the 1955 version. The doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust is bold and unmistakable. Because of its rarity and historical significance, prices skyrocketed in the 2014 market, with high-grade examples fetching $50,000 to $75,000. A few superb coins have even topped $100,000 at auction. The 1972 double die obverse. The 1972 double die is another treasure worth watching for. With strong doubling on the date and lettering, it's a favorite among error collectors. In the 2014 market, circulated coins sold for around $200 to $500, while uncirculated examples climbed into the thousands. It's a modern-era rarity that can still be found in old rolls and collections. Modern errors and VRETES. Even recent pennies can hold significant value. Double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and missing elements can all make a coin worth far more than face value. For example, a dramatic off-center Lincoln Shield cent from the 2010 sold for over $500, while certain double dies from the 2009 Bicentennial series have brought $100 to $300. Collectors are constantly discovering new varieties, and as time goes on, today's errors may become tomorrow's legendary finds. The coin market in 2014 showed strong demand for Lincoln cents, and that demand has only grown. With collectors worldwide chasing key dates, error varieties, and high-grade examples, prices have continued to climb. Coins that sold for $5,000 a decade ago now sell for $10,000 or more, and rare specimens like the 1943 copper cent or 1969 Yes double die can exceed $787,977 in certain auction conditions. Lincoln pennies are more than collectibles. They are historical artifacts and tangible investments with real financial potential. How to find valuable pennies. You don't need to be a millionaire to start collecting. Valuable pennies can still be found in pocket change, coin rolls from banks, estate sales, and flea markets. Always check the date, mint mark, and condition. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling, errors, or unusual features. A careful eye and patience can turn spare change into a payday worth thousands. Preserving and grading your coin's condition matters immensely in the coin world. A rare penny in mint state can be worth 10 times more than the same coin in worn condition. Store your coins in protective holders, avoid cleaning them, and consider professional grading from companies like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin often brings higher prices and makes it easier to sell when the time comes. Conclusion and call TOACTO. And the Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a collector's dream, and a potential treasure hiding right in your pocket. From the classic 1909 SVDB to the legendary 1943 copper cent, and from dramatic double dies to modern errors, these coins tell stories worth knowing and hold values worth chasing. Here on Top Liberty Coins, we bring you the latest updates, collector secrets, and hidden stories from the world of numismatics. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into rare and valuable coins. And remember, every penny you find might just be worth a fortune. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, your next discovery could be worth $787,977 or more. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where every coin has a story and every story could lead to treasure.